We've moved again just another 30 feet here from where we've been taking these last couple of photographs. And there's one feature in this location that I find intriguing, and it's the pampas grass that we have way, way back there. I just think it looks kind of cool. I like the angle it brings into the scene and so forth. And I think if we can make that work maybe with our groom's photograph, we'll go ahead and get a nice shot. As I look at the groom, where's my sun coming from? My sun is coming from right there. It's, once again, when I want it behind a cloud, it's not, so we're still going to deal with it. One thing that we use and carry with us to a wedding is this really large panel. Now, it is a translucent panel, which we'll use for some things, but it's also a nice lens block. It's pretty big. It's about 48 inches big, and, and when the wind's blowing, it's a little hard to handle. We were photographing a wedding not all that long ago and actually I featured some of the images on Digital Pro Talk, and my poor assistant was almost blown off the roof of the apartment building trying to do this. So we're at ground level right now. It shouldn't be near as dangerous. So I'm going to hold this, give the panel to LaDon, who's going to kind of block that sun hitting the groom's face. Now really, all she needs to do is just kind of get it off of his face. I don't mind that it's rimming out his shirt. Another thing I can do is actually turn his head away from the light just a bit more. And I even kind of like that. So hold on one second, LaDon. We might not even need it. If I can get that sun just kind of rimming him out, that works okay for me too. I'm just using the sun as just one more of my light sources. Martha, I need you to move in quickly over here on the left-hand side. And what do I have on my camera again? I got that 370 to 300 millimeter lens. That pampas grass is kind of a small element. I need to put it 300 millimeters so it gets huge behind him and gives us a neat background. I'm just going to take the shot right now. I've tried to emphasize this a couple of different times. And we got people in the shot. There's LaDon holding the image, or holding the thing. And here I am at about 125 millimeters here. And now you can see it is like a nothing shot going on here. It's coming out from all around him. We got junk above his head. We got dead trees and everything else. So the thing is, what can we do with our tools at hand? What are our weapons of choice to make that pampas grass get a lot larger? Long lenses, 300 millimeters, get it on out there, and me cross halfway across the park to be sure we got the image. So I'm running back here, gets me a little higher vantage point too, and that higher vantage point lets me basically get his head down in that pampas grass. So just moving around here, LaDon's got the umbrella pretty much in place. All right, and the pampas grass is much bigger, but how much bigger is it? Still, I need to have him get further back. So Kevin, now I'm going to back you quite a bit more down the driveway. Even more, even more, even more, even more over this way. A little bit more, right about there. And I like to jack it off. Just bring your head back around a little bit more. LaDon, lose the panel for a second. I don't mind that rimming him out just a bit. My problem is my pampas grass is still way lower than he is. And that means we get to do some climbing here. All right. And here we go. I'm just assuming that Martha has the light coming in here about right. Martha, what power are you on? What? You're on full power? I'll tell you what, go to half power for me. I'm going to go down to about F11 here. Let me just check my lighting again. F11, about 100th of a second at ISO 200. Come in just a little bit closer, double check that you're really getting the light. Give me the loop lighting pattern on him. Are we there? Okay, good. I like the relationship now of how the pampas grass is just kind of surrounding him. Kevin, don't bend your neck quite so much. Just kind of relax a little, just kind of regular. Chin down there a little bit. I like the chin down because it opens up the eyes just a little bit more. And that looks a little bit more natural, kind of that GQ kind of look or whatever. And again, I'm not talking so much poses as I'm really just talking about things in the background. Kevin, let me maybe come walking towards me, because I'm thinking, you know, the distance of the pampas grass to him, it's actually putting the pampas grass in fairly sharp focus right now. Hanging right to about right there. Come even towards me some more. Okay, and what I'm really doing here, I'm trying to control what that background looks like. I'm thinking I'm going up to a 200th of a second now because I think my fill light's coming in just a little bit too harsh. I do like the line of sun that is on the back of his head. I don't think that's distracting at all. I think it actually gives Kind of gives a nice look. It kind of separates them from the background just a bit here. I'm going to let Casey, wherever she is. Casey, why don't you jump in quickly? Let's just get both of you together, just so we can kind of show bride and groom together. You get the idea, though, but let's see if we can, just do the standard photograph. Casey, just you guys give each other a big hug, good, good, good. Great, great, great. Just checking the exposure quickly in the bright sun. It looks pretty cool to me. Just repositioning the grasses behind them just a bit more. Just for the fun of it, get behind them. Looking at each other. I'm shooting now at a 250th of a second. I'm going to go up to 320th of a second. And I'm actually going to open up the aperture. Martha, you're on full power, right? Back away just a few more feet, please. If I get her too close to the subject, I really don't have the light really lighting them up quite enough here. Good. The veil came around, which wasn't a good thing. Just hold it, Kevin. Just hold it back there. That can be your job, too. Happy, happy, guys. All right, LaDon, why don't you go ahead and just block the sun hitting their face right now. You got it right there. Great. Looking at each other, into each other's eyes. Good. All right.